Hi, this is Claire again with the full moon cards, and if you might have had a glimpse into the German video before, I had this calendar, and if you ask yourself, this is obviously Claire, this is me, and I'm publishing in German a witch's calendar, an annual every year. So this started last year, and this year we are going on folk customs, but this calendar is in German. So I just wanted to say, if you have had a look in the German video, what is she talking about? Because I published the German video first. So yes, enough of advertisement. Now we are looking into the cards, and I've chosen the Smith Waite edition, the Borderless edition, the Smith Waite tarot deck. It's a very lovely deck. I can show you some cards. I have, as always, drawn them in the German version first, so they are already on the table. And here are some more glimpses into the deck. So the coloring is quite classical. It's very much like the original cards. For you always see this when the yellow on the cards is not, like we say, screaming in German. It is not screaming at you. So yes, it's a nice yellow. It's a little bit subtle, and the other colors too. You see this here with a blue, and in modern decks you often have this like just one color, and this is like a little bit foggy, so to say. I don't know the exact English word for that. It's not too perfect. It's not just one color there. It's yes, like this one. It's more natural. Here's a star. So this is also, the coloring is classical. It's not like too bright. Today we are more about bright colors, and when the cards were made, this was a little bit more subtle, and yes, people preferred those colors. You might know Jugendstil or Art Nouveau, and this is before that, but the coloring is quite similar. Yes, so these are the cards, and here without the border you also have this. You can see this fully, so to say, because when you have them with border, here is often the white border beginning, so you don't see everything of the cards, so you even have a little bit more card to see, so to say. Yes. So let's have a look into the full moon cards. And when I shuffled the cards, one card fell out, and this is the Seven of Swords. And there are different traditions and experiences, mainly also with tarot readers. Some use those cards, some put them aside. I personally, I am in the middle, so to say. When the card lands like that, with the back upside, then I don't read it. But when it's with a front or with a picture side, looking at me, so to say, then I use this card. And here we have the Seven of Swords, and this is a card of betrayal, of things behind your back, we call this in German. So maybe people are talking about you, maybe in a bad way. Yes, there are rumors, there is things that are not open. Yes, it happens behind your back. It is not that you can see it, and you have to really be careful when this card shows up. It is not doom and gloom, because these cards are not doom and gloom. If they would have been, I would have another interpretation for this card, but we don't have like alert level, so to say, here. But you have to keep this in mind. It is dishonesty. Yes, people show you one face, but in the back of their mind they think something different. Or they are like you say something and you want to keep it secret or private, and they are chatting with their best friend about your secrets. Yeah, so this is really a time not to tell your secrets to everybody. Yeah, keep things a little bit private, keep things to yourself. We will see this card is indicating that direction too. Also, it is not just about personal things like maybe love or romance or things like that. It could also be in your work. Yeah, for example, someone is taking or snatching your ideas and is like, oh, this was my idea. I'm such a brilliant person. Yes, and you are like, what? This was my idea. Have a moment. Yes, it's very important to have those things in your mind. Also, not to talk prematurely about your projects. about your topics. So it could be you talk about an idea you have or something like that, and it will be like people are, no, we won't do it because it is not as much developed as it could be. And if it would be developed, people would say yes, but you are too early. Yeah, so please keep doing your things, but do them secretly, not secret in a bad way, but calm. Yeah, let's say calm, and not too open, not too public, not everyone can say something about it. Keep it to yourself. This is sometimes also about concentration, the card, and it is about keeping it together. I hope that's the right way to say it in English. It could also be spiritual. I have also mentioned this in the German version of the video. Oh my god. So we see this when people are jumping from one spiritual experience or one spiritual tradition to the next, and all they touch is the rational thing, the mind. Yeah, the swords are element of air. This is about our thinking from the head. It's not about emotions. It's not about letting things sink in and really feel them and really get a deep connection to them. This is superficial here. Yeah, and sometimes this card pops up when someone is spiritually or personally someone who is like, oh, this is interesting. I put it on spirituality now. It could be like, oh, there is this new shaman in town, and oh yes, I read this book from the new star in that direction, and did you hear about her? She has such a cool method. It's totally new, and you are jumping around, and you fool yourself because you don't know who you are anymore. You are just jumping from one thought to another, but you don't get the feeling, the gut feeling, the feelings from the heart. There is not the depth that is needed. Yeah. So in many ways, this is just on spirituality. In many ways, this can also be a card of self. How you say in English? You cannot trust yourself, so to say. It is like self-deceit. Yeah, when you think so many things, but you are never in touch with your core, with your true personality, to check if this is really your thing. This is what I want to say. So it's a card to be careful. It is a card to keep things to yourself, and to get your own opinion first. Yeah, to get some clarity, and to you don't have to be too careful. I mean, yeah, you don't have to see something bad in everyone, or will this person be cheating, or will they gossip about me, or you don't have to run around like that for a whole month, so to say. But it's nice to keep things to yourself that are important, yeah, that really matter. It's not a month to chit-chat too much, so to say. And yes, be careful on who you trust. So here we see the cards, and I don't do them chronological now because this is a card in the middle and it is framed by these two cards from the element of earth, from the pentacles. So this is our center of attention, so to say, and it's the King of Cups. And this, in practical reading, I don't know what it's like in your country, but in Germany we have these tarot readers who are often asked, when will he come back? And they are like, oh, your man of heart will come. And man of heart is such an expression typical to this scene. Yes, it's all about men and getting them back. I think that's everywhere the same in the world. But yes, we want, of course, to have a deeper look at this card. And it's the man of the heart. Yes, it is, because the cups and the hearts in classical playing cards is the same. Yeah, these two systems of reading the cards have some things in common, and these are the four elements, and so we find this here too. And in real life, this can be your husband, your partner, and in general a friendly and positive man. They are very handsome. You can get along with them very well, because they have the feeling for things. These are also wonderful bosses. Yeah, because they are not just like, you have to grind and we have a plan and and you are like, oh, how should I do all of this? They have a feeling for where their employees are in their work and what would be appropriate to do now and things like that. They see the whole picture, let's say it like that, and not just the work that has to be done. For example, it can be your partner when you are gay. It can be, of course, also your male partner. And Yes, it is about, on a deeper level, it is about the union of the element of fire and the element of water. Of course, the cups or the chalices, or however you want to call them, are about the water element. It is very subtle on the card, but it is indicated, yes. The kings are the element of fire in classical tarot. So here both of them come together and form a union, and fire is our will. And I don't know how much you are into classical magic, but the will is not I want this, I want that in classical magic. It is more about your destiny, the things you should want in a way. Yeah, like reading your horoscope and you see, oh, I have certain tendencies. This is like my destiny in a way, but not fated. It is like life pushes you in that direction a bit. What you made out of it is your thing, but you have this inclination, could you say, to do things like that. Yes. So this is about will in the magical meaning of the word. This is also connected, the concept, towards inspiration, towards your divine spark, your link to divinity, however you see it. Yeah, this is the element of fire. You have this in many cultures, that fire is a connection to the divine. Yes, so this goes much deeper than will he come back. This goes into yes, your destiny, what you were made for, what you can bring into this world. Yeah, these are really big topics, the element of fire. And here it is joined by the element of water, which means intuition, deep feelings, heart feelings. It is really, you feel this from your core. This is totally the opposite of this superficial things. It goes really deep into your heart and into the matters of the heart. Yes, with playing cards, these are the hearts, the cups. And so when we put this together, it means a very good time on this level to read the cards, to make again a connection towards yourself, towards your true self, your will, with a feeling, with intuition. Yes, it is easier than when you have this intuition. Intuition opens doors where you have to think for a long time, and intuition just says it is like that. And you know, yeah, because you really know with all of yourself, so to say. So yes, this is about that card. This is the main topic here. Your intuition, your will, and you yourself as a whole being. For women, when we go into the anima and animus thing that comes from Jung into the cards, then we are more into gender stereotypes, and this is like when you are a woman, this is your male side, and this is about, yes, putting your fist on the table, as we say in German, and yes, really doing things and having willpower and go. Yes, you don't let yourself be overridden by other people. This means it. And yes, we could talk here forever because these cards, when you go into the depths, it becomes really interesting. But to get back to a certain focus, we can say this is your inner male force. If you are a man, you might be in touch with it already. And this is your inner man, also for men, but with his soft side, with his emotional and intuitive side. And this is a wonderful mixture, so to say, of energies. This really helps you to stay centered, but also with the centeredness in your feeling, you can go on because there is a fire element. Yeah. So before I talk more and more and more about this card, I have to put the other cards into focus. Here we have the element of earth. So this gives us a certain groundedness. It is as it is with the element of earth. And these cards also relate to practical things, to everyday life, to things you can really touch, things that really happen. It's not just in your feelings or in your mind. This is real life. And here we have the 7 and the 4. And you might have seen a 7 before. This is the 7 of Swords. So in classical magic, it is joined with the Venus principle. And the swords belong to the male cards, to make it short. And the element of earth, the pentacles, belong to the female cards. And we see here Venus with the male cards. But with the female cards, she feels really good. And here we have growth. We have a certain lush condition, so to say. This is like a little jungle plant. And but this person is standing there. It's not doing too much. It is waiting. And I know from reading the cards for people that most people think like, oh, I have to wait when this card pops up, and they see it in the first moment as something negative, as a setback, so to say. But it is not. This is the funny thing about it, or the wonderful thing about it, because when you are in a garden, you can care for your plants, you can water them, you can keep the weeds low and everything, yes, but you cannot make them grow faster. Yeah, we have a saying in Germany, when you tear on the grass, it won't grow faster. So, or tear, is it the right word? So you try to, but it won't go faster because you are ripping on it, or let's say like ripping on it. It won't help. So this is the same thing with this card. It is about growth, but growth happens here in its own time. It is organical. Let's say it like this. It is like the biological way things unfold. Yeah, you cannot do something about it. So this card really means don't stress yourself. Do things. The gardener, when here the weeds should pop up, he would do something about it. Or when the plant would become too dry or whatever, he would care for it. Yeah, it's just a moment of rest and things develop themselves. So let things develop themselves in their own time. Yeah, this is, you cannot do something about it. And when you cannot do something about it to make it faster, you can relax. Why not? Yeah, it is seldom enough that we can relax, so relax. And growth will happen anyway in its own time. Yeah, this is like Mother Nature working. It's not good even to be premature with these things. Yeah, you can compare this to growing a baby in your belly. When it is comes out premature, this is not good for the baby. So it is okay to take time for things. Yeah, and you are still a good gardener. Yeah, just keep on growing, keep on doing it and caring for the things, and the things themselves. This is also an important aspect of the card. The things themselves have an energy of themselves. They contribute too. Yeah, you don't have to make everything on your own. There is something that comes from the things themselves. They are growing. Yeah, you are not the plant, the one who makes it happen. The things also have their energy and contribute to your ideas and visions. But yes, things take time, so please relax. And our second card is also about certain groundedness. It can even be grasping. Yeah, you see this here, but it is also centered. So this card can go in two directions. The negative one is like you are grasping, you are trying to hold on to things that are meant to go in your life. But we have here no indication that big things are going to move from your life. We have no Tower card. We have no cards that indicate loss in any way, or like the Wheel of Fortune or things like that, that it will go on, things are in movement. These cards are very stable. So this is more about the positive side of the card, and this means being in touch with your core, with your inner middle, we call this in German. So it means your center, your inner center. Yes, feet planted on the ground, grounded. Even the head is grounded with this coin. It also can mean, in a practical way, money on your mind, or it can mean practical things, conservation also. So in our part of the world, this is like the garden season of harvesting. So it can even mean practical harvesting, conservation, freezing things or cooking them, or whatever. I don't know how you say in English, when you cook things into glasses and then they are conservated in those glasses. I know this is funny English now. I think conservated is even funny English, but you would know what I mean, what our grannies did. Yeah, you might know this from pickles or things like that, also in the sweet way, or you are making marmalade or things like that. So this is about conservation. And because these are the pentacles, this is about your job life, your money life, so to say, or about practical life. So it can have a certain reference towards nature, a garden, or however you are in contact with nature, like going in parks and feeling centered again, yes, all of these things. So when we put these cards together to a picture, to form a picture, we have first here our little warning. Don't have your heart on your tongue, as we say in German. So it means don't speak about things that are close to your heart to everyone. Yeah, because this makes you vulnerable. And this is not just about matters of the heart. This is also about matters of the job, of everything, where it would not be helpful when people would talk about it too early. Yeah. And if they would know about it, and it would give them advantage if they knew of your plans, because they might try to steal your ideas, or they might gossip about what you have said and things like that. Yeah. And maybe you are even this clever person trying to steal something. Yeah. But when we see those grounded cards, it is not too much about yourself, it is more about outside forces. So be careful, you don't have to see bad things behind every corner, yeah, but just a bit careful, not have your heart on your tongue. This was funny German English. So we put this together. Our main card is him. Yeah, we see the element of water joined with the active element of fire. Intuition is marrying, so to say, your willpower, and will in a certain meaning, has a meaning of destiny, what you are destined to want, what you are, what is your destiny, what you have a natural inclination towards, so to say. So this is very good to go on your way, not just in your job life, not just in your private life, but as a whole person. Yeah. And in real life, it can also mean supportive men in your life, men who can see the whole picture, who have a certain feeling for things, and who are really not superficial, but feeling types. Yeah, wonderful men. And these two, our last two cards, they are like his wingman, so to say. Hope that's the right word. And they are like, this means please stay grounded, stay focused, stay centered, don't do too much. It's harvesting season, so take the good things for yourself. It could also relate to your home, to how you live, and all of these things, to make your home more beautiful again, and to condo maybe, whatever is appropriate, or to decorate, or whatever, or gardening things, and fruits, and harvesting, and all of that. The wonderful things of life, real life, so to say. So stay focused, stay centered, keep things to yourself. And this has a link to him here. Yeah, keep it to yourself, stay in your center, and don't rush, don't try to push, don't try to force things. They have their own time, and they will take it. So yes, you can stress out about it, but it won't help anything or anyhow. So you could as well be relaxed and just care for the things. The things have a life of their own. Keep that in mind. You are not the one who has to push and who has to make things happen. The things have a life of their own, and they will unfold. Yeah, they will, develop. They will do their part too. Yeah, so you can really lay back a little bit, enjoy summer or winter when you are in the southern hemisphere. Enjoy your time, and don't rush. It would be of no help. Yeah, so these are the cards for this full moon, and we will see each other next full moon again.